Hey everybody, and welcome to the Grifball Hubcast, episode 233. I'm Goose.
I'm Cal.
And I'm Raleigh.
And we just had a very exciting evening.
Yeah, it was a pretty busy night.
So typically we record the Hubcast at 10, then we moved back an hour for Raleigh, so it was 11, and then it was a good thing because tonight we actually ended up streaming the AGLA Hammer Conference Championship between Next Dimension and Notorious, which took about 2 hours. So we started at 10 and just finished at midnight. So we are actually recording after midnight. So if there's something loopy or I say something that's not words, I'm sorry.
It's Hubcast After Dark.
It really is.
That sounds kinky.
Well after dark. It got dark like 7 hours ago.
It gets dark at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yuck. Well, what's not yuck is that Next Dimension won. They took the game in... They took the series in 2 games. The first game was a 7-2, and the second game was an 8-1. What was crazy was that the first game, Next Dimension went 150 negative, so negative 150, whereas Notorious went positive 100. And it was a 65-minute game. It was crazy that they came out with that kind of win.
Yeah, Next Dimension won 7-2 when there was a 260 kill difference between how negative they were and how positive Notorious was. It's just Grifball in a nutshell, isn't it? You can go minus 150 while your opponent goes plus 110 and still beat them 7-2.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And then the second game was an 8-1 in favor of Next Dimension, obviously. And it was only a 40-minute match, and the skew wasn't as bad, but I think in game 1, was it determined who went positive 71?
Wow.
And in the second match, it went like positive 40. It was ridiculous.
Simon! I love Simon.
Yes, he's still here. So, that was a really great match. And again, they're going to go on to face Pro Run, which is captained by Man Cannon. And we will update everybody once we know when that's going to be. We're probably going to stream it if we can. And look forward to that. Let's see here. Shadow's giving us some quick facts here. The only team to win a ship in the bid league while also going negative overall has been my team every time. Every other team who won had the best KD hybrid theory in Pro Run. So there's some Shadow stats.
There was
for
one
you.
crazy Hail Mary play.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was
it was round 1 of game 1 of game 2.
So someone pitching at the Shadow.
It was Killers.
Killers pitching at the Shadow. The Shadow was just making a beeline directly for the plant. Killers had the ball on his plant. Killers jumped, threw it as far as he could. Shadow caught it mid-stride, sailed right over everybody on Notorious. He picked it up mid-stride and scored it. And
what was crazy is that there were like 3 tanks on his butt. You know, if he had to stutter, if he had to slow down, if he had to change course at all, it wouldn't have happened. But it was just the perfect throw. It was exactly where it needed to be, and it was gorgeous.
Every team can do passes a little bit. Like, hey, my runner's in trouble, let's throw it to somebody else to maintain possession kind of thing. But you can do a lot of damage in Halo 4 Grifball if you pass and pass well. That if you throw it to where the person's going to be, if you don't hesitate in throwing it, and if you can make wise decisions about when to throw it, you can do a lot of damage and score a lot of points while still going negative 150.
I'm really excited to see Pro Run play Next Dimension, because they both have similar styles. And it's not the grinder versus the innovator. It's 2 high-flying, innovative teams. And I'm really excited to see. I feel like it's going to be a really exciting and high-flying match. It might not be a long match, but I think it's going to be a high-flying, fast-paced one.
Yeah, because in championship games, it seems like we always get either like 2 heavy tank teams or a team that's good at passing versus a heavy tank team.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually that sort of matchup. Like, a Watch and Awe versus a Righteous Kill type of matchup. But this'll be a fun championship game.
Simon is in front of the computer that runs the stream, slowly knocking everything off. So if the chat explodes, it is entirely his fault.
Yeah, I took away the keyboard.
Oh, that's probably a good decision. So that is kind of your AGLA. I mean, that's what's going on. That's all that's left. The season's coming to an end. And of course, as the AGLA comes into an end, a new season starts up.
Yeah, so the GGL signups
there you go.
are going to be opening tomorrow. They're not going to be opening right at midnight because that was 24 minutes ago. But they'll be up tomorrow, probably around noon, sometime in the afternoon tomorrow.
Whenever we wake up.
Yeah.
Shit, that came up quick.
Yeah.
I know!
It did, didn't it?
I thought it was at least another week away.
It's already November 21st. Yeah. This also ties in with the big Master Chief Collection patch that came out this evening. So the MCC patch came out. It's obviously the first of several patches that are going to be coming out for that game. I would say that based on what we did tonight, we streamed a couple games on the Master Chief Collection. Parties and custom games have gotten a little bit better. They weren't as explodey as they have been in the past. Maps and game types didn't vanish when I was picking them from Goose's from the map and game type that she had on her profile. People mostly stayed together when the game ended. The party didn't blow up. And this wasn't in the patch notes, but they added an option to give party lead to somebody else. So I think the custom games work.
And you can change teams.
Yes, and you can change teams now without having to start the game and exit the game.
Yeah.
Because that was another bug. So there are a handful of custom game bugs that they fixed, and so I think it's going to be possible for us to have the GGL be on both the Xbox One and the Xbox 360. So we're going to have teams when they sign up. You get the choice. You get to play whether your team wants to play Xbox 360 by default or Xbox One by default. And that's how the season's going to be run. So there'll be pretty much two separate leagues running at the same time, in a manner of speaking. So you'll have, if you play in the Xbox One, all of your games will be on the Xbox One. It'll be that by default, and you're never going to be playing somebody. You're never going to be forced to play somebody in the Xbox 360, and vice versa if you want to be the last-gen consoles. So, but regardless of which console you pick, the same Halo 4 GGL Grifball game type, Halo 4, that'll be the default. We'll have a default map set for each console. So that's what the plan is for the GGL, and that's what we're going to go for. Because if this is where the custom games right now are playable, if you're patient enough, and I think everybody knows what they're going to be getting into with the Xbox One.
Yeah, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's not a surprise right now. So we assume things are going to be improving. The first games aren't until December 1st. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you pick like a Saturday division, your first game's not going to be till December 6th. So hopefully by then things will be... Hopefully by then things will be even better. And then as the season progresses through December and into January, the Master Chief Collection is only going to get more bearable. Going to get better. Yeah. So, Riley, what are you guys going to be playing on?
Yep, I was muted.
Oh!
Well, Debbie walked by and she started to ask me something, so I muted myself while I was talking to her, and I didn't know if I pressed the button or not. So I'm always like, I didn't remember if it's like if I'm muted or not. And I always look, it's got a little light on it, but whatever. I don't know. I don't have the Master Chief Collection, so do you think I didn't really hear anything you just said either? I'm pretty horrible right now. Is it playable?
The custom games are more playable than they were in the past. Like when it first came out, we had to cancel our first brawls, our first tournaments because it really was unplayable.
Right.
It was,
yeah.
I would feel bad forcing somebody to play that.
Can you play a league, as a...
Yeah. Tonight when we did it, though, they patched some things that were very big omissions in the game to make custom games work a little better. And as long as the lobbies stop exploding, it'll be fine. People can do it. There's going to be some mishaps, but people can do it.
It should just get better as it goes, right? It's doable. Yeah. It's not perfect.
Yeah, and this is what this is good for the GGL because if you're playing in the Master Chief Collection, you guys go, oh, this sucks. I want to play Xbox 360. As long as the other captain's okay with it, you can play on the Xbox 360. That's fine. If one of your teammates doesn't have an Xbox 360, you can bring in a sub to play for you.
Yeah.
Like the GGL, we're intentionally flexible, and it's a good first time to kick this off before we get into the AGLA or other events and leagues where being more on the Master Chief Collection.
And one thing that's really cool about the Master Chief Collection is that there's the Xbox Record That function. And what's really cool is that when we're playing in a game and something cool happens, like a score, I can hit like 3 buttons really fast and it records the last 30 seconds of gameplay. And then it ships that 30-second clip to a website where you can download it as an MP4, you can send it out through Twitter, you can upload it directly to YouTube, you can pretty much do anything. So in my mind, there's no more of scrolling. Like I was thinking about today's championship or conference championship games and thinking, dear God, I wish I had Xbox record that, because I don't want to sit and fast forward through an hour to get to one highlight at the end of the game. And so Cal and I were talking about this functionality is so awesome in that if we can get everybody to start doing it and then send us the link to their file, we could have weekly highlight reels and plays of the week, because it is so easy to capture a highlight now. Like anybody with an Xbox One can. So that would definitely be a positive of you if someone wanted to bear with the difficulties and the growing pains of the Xbox One Master Chief Collection. The likelihood that you would be in like a highlight reel pretty often would be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we lose a little bit in the quality of, the cinematography of the highlight reel. Because
it's not going to be at 1080p.
Well, we can't do third-person clips, is basically what we'd be losing. We can't do third-person, we can't do our own camera work for those kind of things. But the sheer quantity of clips we could get is amazing. Like, anything that you would normally say, oh, this is a highlight, this is kind of like a highlight, then I want to submit that. You don't have to save the film, cut it up, upload it to your file share, find it on Waypoint somehow, find it in your file share on Waypoint, and then submit the link. Like, all you'd have to do, like Goose said, you double tap the guide button, hit X, and it records the 30-second clip. And then you just go to xboxclips.com and find the link directly to the video file itself and send that. Like, that's all you got to do. And it's just so easy during the game. Like tonight, if we had that kind of capability for the AGLA match, which was played on 360, then every one of these passes, every one of these plays that we were talking about, the person who was doing it, like Shadow could have, done the Xbox record that for his Hail Mary pass that he caught. Our killers could do it from his perspective, and you could cut between the two or anything like that. So just the sheer quantity of highlights we can get I'm really excited about.
Can you do that? Like, take if someone like what you're saying, if the two different people recorded their highlights like that, is there a function on the Xbox One where you can merge them together to make like one kind of cool clip, or you'd have to do that outside it? Yeah,
I'd have to do that outside, and that's what I would do while putting together a weekly highlight reel. Is just I download Killer's clip, I download Shadow's clip. Cut Killer's clip when he lets go of the ball. Cut it to Shadow's clip when he catches the ball, and make it one highlight that way. But you can't do that on the Xbox One because you only can do you can make montages on the Xbox One using their built-in, but it's only out of your own clips. So Shadow can do his own montage of 100% Shadow clips, which he probably can make a pretty lengthy one after this season. But that would be the only option.
I think Shadow should make like a video, and call it like the Shadow Way or something like that.
Yeah.
How to play Grifball.
And I really am also excited. We want as many people as possible streaming to Twitch as often as possible. Like, you don't need to rely on, Man Cannon or us or, any of the other handful of people who stream Grifball League games to do it. Like, every single League game on the Xbox One should be streamed because everybody has a Twitch app on their Xbox. You don't need a capture device. You don't need any overlays. You don't need anything like that. You can just stream it directly to your Twitch channel. And you can, with your Kinect, you can do, voiceover. Or you can even have your own picture-in-picture there in the corner, like we do on Wednesday Night Grifball.
Yep.
And so I want, as many people as possible streaming to Twitch. It also brings this other cool thing we have on the website.
Oh yeah, we have a new Twitch thingy.
Yeah,
we do.
On the front page of the website, and also on the forums right underneath the chat box on the main forums homepage, there is lists of everybody who's streaming, every community member who's streaming right now. So there's a thread in the forums about, hey, post your Grifball streams here. It's in the welcome wagon. So if people can go and post their own Twitch stream there, where you're going to be streaming Master Chief Collection or Grifball, we'll put your link into the database, your URL for your Twitch stream in the database, and then whenever you go online, you will appear live. So right then, for example, every evening it says Pro Ace Joker is streaming Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Right now, if you go to the forums, it'll say GrifballHub is streaming Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Yep.
So it'll have your Twitch username is streaming this, and a link directly to your feed, and it pops up whenever you are live.
Which is really cool. And there's about 20 feeds in there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's cool when you go there and you see 6 people are all streaming the Master Chief Collection. 6 Grifballers. So it's pretty neat, and we want to encourage folks to, if you're streaming a lot, if you're streaming Halo, streaming Grifball, put your name in there, and we'll add you to the list.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's something that's about the Master Chief Collection, that we have all this cool stuff, and it is so exciting to move to it, even without dedicated servers for custom games. We still have all this absolutely cool stuff the Xbox One lets us do, and it's just about the Master Chief Collection letting us do it.
Yeah.
And
we talked a little bit about the patch, and I know Cal played a matchmaking game, and it didn't take him very long to get into a match. And again, the usability, the interface for custom games was a little bit better, so heading in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still...
But beware, it's a 1.5 gig download, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful about that.
Internet speeds may vary.
Yeah.
It was so... I had this strange feeling when we went back to Halo 4 on the 360 for the AGLA game tonight, and I was playing with the menus, and I was like, these just work. This is amazing. Like, I go to the custom game lobby, and my map and game type are already loaded there. It's already AGLA Grifball on the neutral host court. I hit X to go to the roster. Everybody's there. It doesn't not load people there. I don't have to snap my friends list to get all the friends. They're already there. Yeah. And I invite people, and they get an invite. And I can cap the party and set it to invite only, and this is amazing. It just works.
Oh, no, I had a moment on Twitter when the patch went live, and everybody was, oh, thank you, this is so awesome, thank you for this, and I'm thinking, I'm glad people are kind, but we're thanking people for fixing something that was broken to begin with. And I'm excited that it's fixed, and I'm glad. I know that people are working really hard to fix it, but it's also kind of like, well, maybe kind of should have been in a working state before it was released.
It should have been working before you put your money down for it and paid for it.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you for letting me spend my money, or after you've taken my money for fixing something that should have been right to start with.
Yeah, even from what I've seen on Twitter and other places, like, Team Beyond and Reddit, and the custom game stuff is a step in the right direction. Custom games certainly haven't gotten worse. They've gotten a little bit better because of this patch. But matchmaking for a lot of people still isn't ideal. Mm-hmm. It still isn't as good as the other Halo games. Some people are still waiting 10 plus minutes to find a match. Some people, when they go in with their friends, they're still put on separate teams.
I hate that.
Or when they're done with the matchmaking game, it boots them out and it dissolves their party. Like, I think that's happening less frequently now, but it's still happening to people even after they put the patch up. I know a lot of the fixes and a lot of the things 343 is working on are server side, so on their side of the equation, and not a patch that we download. So hopefully they're continuing to work on those servers and fix those issues. But as of right now, I can see why matchmaking is their top priority, and it's still not where it needs to be. Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned as that saga continues to unfold.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's really, really cool, and everybody wants it to work so well because the Xbox One brings so much cool stuff, and the Master Chief Collection is just so cool. There's nothing I want to do more than just spend a day playing matchmaking.
Yeah.
Goose and I just going through and, hey, let's play Halo 3 now, let's play Halo 2 now, let's play Anniversary now, and just playing matchmaking all day. But we just can't do that yet.
Nope.
Although one thing that does give me hope, the Xbox One will be Microsoft's flagship console for probably as long as the 360 was.
Yeah.
Probably for 8 years. Its 1 year anniversary was yesterday. So the Master Chief Collection is going to be there. We're going to be playing it for 7 years.
It'll get fixed eventually.
We're going to have a lot of time ahead of us where we'll be playing a lot of Halo, and also a lot of Halo 4 and Halo 3 Grifball.
And Halo 5.
And Halo 5 Grifball. Mm-hmm. When Halo 6 comes out for the Xbox One,
oh gosh,
we can say, go to Halo 5, Xbox, go to Halo 5, go to Halo 4, go to the Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
We can play Halo 3, 4, 5, and 6 Grifball all on one console, all flipping between them with voice commands. That's the kind of future we're heading towards, and it's pretty exciting. It's just there are some speed bumps along the way.
Yes.
Did you take a breath in the last 10 minutes?
Nope. It's exciting. Yeah. It's exciting stuff.
I noticed you're very excited.
Yeah.
It must have been all the time you were away. You needed someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Nobody probably wanted to hear about your video games.
No. Although, man, my coworkers were really impressed when I was telling them everything about Goose.
What are you talking about? I mean, he talked to me more than he talked to you. We already been over this.
Well, yeah, apparently he did.
Yeah. My coworkers, I tell them, a story about Goose, and they're like, isn't she the psychologist? And I'm like, oh, yeah, but she also runs this big Halo thing. Oh, yeah, and she also is a Microsoft MVP. Oh, yeah, and she's also sending us all these wonderful baked goods. It's like, oh. It was like they started calling her a Renaissance woman.
They probably wish they had her, not you, huh?
Yeah. Well, she came up for the last few days of my job and brought Ellie with her, and they were a huge hit. A huge hit.
Ellie was a huge hit.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, anyway.
Should have brought Simon.
No one missed Simon. No one. Not at all.
Cal did. You saw last week's comic.
Yeah. Well, I guess since you brought up the comic, do you want to read this week's comic, Riley?
We can.
Okay.
You guys can do the reading, though.
Okay.
I can't get too excited and make too much noise.
Ah.
I have a 1-year-old asleep, and Debbie went to bed.
Alright, so this Grifball comic is number 105, and it is celebrating a very momentous occasion that happened earlier this week. So I guess we'll read the comic, and then we'll talk about... Well, I think it'll be kind of self-explanatory. So do you want to be Gizmo, or do you want to be Bourbon?
I'll be Bourbon.
I can do myself.
Okay. Bourbon, it's time!
Time for what?
Bourbon, it's baby time! Time to take me to the hospital!
Baby time? I'm not ready for baby time, though!
Bourbon, my son, do not be afraid.
But, Master Rally, I'm not ready!
My son, you were born ready. Just remember everything I taught you.
Good news! Master Rally says I'm ready, so let's go have a kid!
I'm not even going to pretend I know what that means, but the hospital is that way. So yes, Bourbon and Gizmo had an adorable, healthy, happy little baby girl.
Yep.
And she's adorable. She's so cute.
I forget how small little babies are when they're first born.
6 pounds is what Gizmo said.
Yeah, I think that's about what Marcus was, but like how small they look.
Yeah,
like so my kid's like a monster now. He's God, he's almost as big as my wife.
So congratulations to Gizmo and to Bourbon, and for the littlest Grifballer to join the hub. Good job, guys.
Littlest Grifballer.
And so now Marcus and and baby Gizmo can get married, and
you're getting way.
No, I already told him Marcus was glad when the kid came out.
Well, yeah, they're betrothed now, and since we don't have heirs, GrifballHub will pass to them.
Oh, okay.
See?
It's how succession works.
It's better than passing to Simon.
Well, yeah, because then things are really going to shit. That's all they're reading.
Simon Derp.
Articles about poop and vomit. How to tell which is which.
GGL signups open in 3 poops.
I thought he was too lazy to even get that far.
Oh, man.
That's really funny. I love when you say that. Talk in poops. Measure time in poops.
Yep.
God, that's so funny.
Speaking of site updates and new things, we got a awards up now.
Yep.
I went through today. Thanks to the AGLA admins too for helping me track down who deserves what awards for the AGLA. Went through and gave GGL championship teams and teams that made the playoffs, all their awards for the last few seasons, and also updated the AGLA awards for the individual awards like MVP and things like that, and then also the Silva awards, Twisted Shadow, champions,
awards.
Yeah, all those awards. So those are all updated. For the AGLA, it's through Spring League, so I still got to update the Summer League ones as soon as I get those from the admins. But yeah, your profile pages for the teams and the players look very shiny now. Watch and Awe has 15 awards. You look at it and it's there's a championship, there's a championship, there's a championship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or you look at Green Army Juniors and it's 6 awards for getting 1,000 Griff points every season.
So lots of shiny medals.
Yeah, lots of cool awards on pages, so folks can go check those out. Check it out when you get your teams set for the GGL. As always, when you sign up for the GGL, make sure if you're a returning team, make sure your roster is all set beforehand. If you're a brand new team, like you do not have a team profile yet, you have to build. You can sign everybody up when you do, but everybody you sign up has to be a free agent. If people need help leaving their team, just send me a PM, and I'll make them a free agent for you.
Well, since you brought us back around to the GGL teams, that's actually what our top 3 is about this week. So it was suggested by Pac-Fan, I think. Pac-Fan, I'm sorry. I commentated Pac-Fan all night, so I'm having trouble. But it is our top 3 GGL team names. So to celebrate going into a new season, there's always some very interesting names. And, Cal, do you want to start?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I have to set something up with the stream first.
Well, I can start.
Okay, Riley, go ahead and start. Who is your number 3, I guess?
My number... Well, to be fair, when you told us earlier what we were doing, I could only think of 2.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch that I know, but there's only 2 that I could think of really good, and yeah. So my number 3rd one is Kittens with Spikes. Kittens with Spikes?
Yeah. That is a good choice.
I know. A good choice. I figured that was one of yours too.
No, actually, I went old school. My number 3, I went with Grunts of Fury. That's
a good.
Were they a GGL team?
No, they're not.
Yeah, see, that's where I got thrown off because I was thinking like all the cool. I was thinking all the cool names were like really old teams. I'm like, no, I don't think that's a GGL team. I was like going to ask you, is this a GGL? I was like, oh, screw it.
Okay, fine. Scratch Grunts of Fury. Bamfopotamus.
Woo?
Bamfopotamus.
Oh, see, that's okay. I believe you.
All right, what about you, sweetie?
All right, because I've been told I'm a narcissist. I think I have to live up to those expectations and go with the team name that I created, the Ways and Means Committee.
It's the worst team name ever.
It is so good, but it's so bad.
Shouldn't it be your number 1?
No, I didn't want to put it as number 1.
Because that would be blatant favoritism.
Yeah, that would be totally out of bounds. But putting them as my number 3, because the team name was created so that it would be so boring, it's funny. Like, that was the idea, is that you want a name that is so dry and so boring that it's funny because it's just that boring.
Well, I'm quite bored.
Yeah.
So, Rowley, what's your number?
The runner-up. No. The runner-up for the Ways and Means Committee, what we almost went with was the Wall Street Journal editorial board. So, if we ever had,
wow, that's bad.
If we ever had, a junior spin-off team, they would probably be the Wall Street Journal editorial board.
All right, Rowley, rescue me. What's your number 2?
Jackals with freaking laser beams.
Good choice.
Yes, I like that one.
That's like old GGL.
It is. Okay, since I can't take grunts, my next one is... Did I take one of yours?
One of mine is on that list.
It's okay. I'll go the other one. Husky Ball Runners.
There you go.
I love that team name.
Shit, I forgot what my number 1 was.
Because I don't think about fat kids. I think about huskies.
Like dogs?
Like dogs.
Like sled dogs?
So I think about little husky puppies playing and running and having fun, and it makes me really happy.
Yep. All right. My number 2 choice is going to be Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers.
No! That's my number 1.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
That is my number 1, you jerk!
That is a good one. I would have put that as my number 3 if I had a memory.
Such an awesome team name. Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers, and of course they spell cereal as in breakfast cereal. It's just perfect. You just can't improve upon it.
All right, Riley, what's your number 1?
Strawberry shortcakes and the love muffins.
Oh yes, I thought about that. Was an honorable mention for me. Cal, since you took my number 1.
My number 1. Oh, we already mentioned the Kittens with Spikes, right?
You did not take my number 1 to not have a number 1 of your.
No. Did we already mention?
Spike number 3. Yes. That was my number 3.
Okay, and then I have to go with the ultimate classic. Please don't hit me. The Hot Bikini Guys. I thought
for sure. I intentionally didn't do Kittens with Spikes because I knew that somebody would take it, and I didn't do Hot Bikini Guys because I knew somebody would take it.
Wait, how is that not your number 1?
Because I was trying to be creative. I thought nobody would remember Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers, and I thought for sure Cal's number 1 would be Everybody Popes.
Oh, I forgot what everybody
wow.
posts.
See,
Okay.
I almost went onto the website just to look up and see if I could find all the old names.
That's what I did. I just went to team profile, and skimmed through the names.
Everybody posts. Okay.
I can't believe you didn't
All
pick
right.
HBG. I'm let down because you fangirl over that name, that team name for so long.
So we'll move Hot Bikini Guys to like 2A, and everybody pokes
2A.
That's an awesome name. Because I'm not quite sure what they meant. Like, did they really mean everybody popes, or did they misspell poops?
Okay. All right. So that is our top 3.
You didn't do yours. What's your number 1?
You took it, Captain Crunch and the Serial
Well, what's
Killers.
another one? Number 1.
No, don't.
HBG is your number 1. Come on.
Kittens with spikes.
Okay.
That's.
'Cause I was gonna say kittens with spikes.
Kittens with hot bikinis.
Kittens with hot bikinis.
Yep, kittens with hot bikinis.
They need like 3 bikinis, right?
What are you suggesting?
Cats have more than 2 nipples. They have like 6 or 8 nipples.
So they have like multiple tops.
Yeah, so they need like multiple.
Did you remember the chickens? The was that KFC commercials? Or no, it wasn't KFC. Someone was, and they were like, they were always talking about how do chickens have 3 breasts? Because you used to get 3 breasts in the meal, and they had like the chicken. It was like, you guys might not be old enough for that. Never mind.
That's pretty disturbing.
I don't think anybody's old enough.
I
for
think
that.
It was maybe it was. I don't remember what. Maybe it was a Wendy's commercial. And it was like, yeah, it was. Do chickens have 3 breasts? That was like their tagline, and it was
I'm
three
pretty
boobs.
sure you're getting that mixed up with an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
No. But you are right. That wasn't. Yeah, that was in Total Recall.
Wow.
What?
Okay, so I guess the title of this podcast is 3 breasts.
Kittens with.
There is 3 of us.
Kittens with hot bikinis. I think that's it. Okay.
I'm glad you didn't do least favorite team names.
I don't think I could. Well,
yeah.
All my least favorite team names would be ones that have to bleep myself out. So, you know.
No, mine would be easy, but that's probably pretty. I think folks know what my least favorite is.
Your least favorite Grifball team name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Cabs are here.
Oh.
It's like there's like 9 reasons why that doesn't. I don't like team. I don't really like team names that aren't nouns.
Cal is a naming elitist.
Yeah. It's like a team name should be a noun, and it's tough when it's not.
Okay.
Did you get a haircut? Because you look different.
You said that last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did your hair not grow?
It probably grew 7 days worth.
Oh, I don't know. You still look different. Did you shaved?
Yes.
But that thing's still there.
Yes, I shaved.
Well, Rowley looks different.
Yes, I do. Not by choice.
Rayleigh got some special shampoo.
Yeah, that shit's like ice cold too.
I got a text from Rowley and it says Debbie brought this home and says it's important for tomorrow, and it's a picture of Just for Men.
Yeah. So to explain, yesterday I had an interview with the fire department for a job interview with the fire department, and her definition was, or her explanation was, they want to see someone that's young and energetic, not someone that looks like they're 40.
So you really got to cover up who you really are.
I said, I'm living a lie.
It's living a creative truth, a selective creative truth.
So the last time I dyed my hair, I think I was in college, and I dyed it blue.
Brown is like blue.
Yeah, a couple days later, the blue washed out and it was green, so I had green hair for a month. But now this is like supposed to be my normal hair color. I don't know. I don't remember. I had to go look at my wedding pictures to see what I look like.
I don't make sure it math right.
Gray hair.
Yeah, but I don't remember being a blonde.
Well, she put it on, and it's like really dark, and I'm sitting there and I look at the mirror. She's like giggling the whole time, so it's not helping. I'm already like thinking, oh my god, I probably look retarded. And it's like, looks like it's black, like jet black, and I'm like, oh my god, I never had jet black hair. I'm like, this just looks so ridiculous. My eyebrows are brown, they're not black. I'm like, just thinking, oh my god, I'm just gonna get laughed out of this place. And then it all washed out and came whatever this color. So I just wore a hat after the interview the rest of the day.
I just think it's so funny that she was insistent. Like, you must do this.
She was too. She's like, she was like, if you don't do this, and you may not get this. And I'm like, how does my hair color have anything to do with it? Isn't that kind of like against the law?
No, I think for the jobs I apply for, I need to add gray to my hair.
You already have plenty. Okay.
We can just like swap. You can go do my interviews, and I'll go do yours.
Yeah.
Might work
and when
out
they
for the better.
ask you about a car part,
he'll just talk. He'll just talk. Just let him.
Just let him talk.
Yeah, what is that? Filibustering? Isn't that what that's called?
Yeah, it'll be as disastrous as when you do the 1 minute with Cal, but you ask me something I know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah, but you talk a lot. You could sell it.
Yep.
I have faith in you.
Can't dazzle them with knowledge.
You can dazzle them with bullshit.
Yeah, baffle them.
Baffle them. Bullshit.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, other things that are dazzling in our community are Grifballer of the Month nominations are open. So if you would like to nominate somebody for being awesome during the month of November, you can definitely go ahead and do that. And I can't nominate her again because she's already won, but Piggies has been doing some really kick-ass work. She's been putting up her Bacon Bits articles. She's running most of the All-Star stuff. She's been coordinating all the streaming. So she's been actually kick-ass. So hats off to Piggies. She's already won last month, so I can't nominate her again, although I would if I could.
We're only a month away.
I know. We've got November's Grifballer of the Month, and then we have December's, and then we go back to Grifballer of the Year.
Yeah.
So we will have a new Grifballer of the Year crowned.
Yeah, it's coming up quick, and it's going to be some pretty stiff competition out there this year.
It's going to be crazy competitive. So that's open.
Am I running for it yet?
Sure.
In your mind, sure.
Still, never. I've never been nominated.
No.
Feel so hated.
Riley, you are you're kind of ineligible, but that's okay.
Maybe now that I got my hair done, people will notice me though, and maybe now I'll get nominated.
Like, hey, who's that young guy in Green Army?
Yeah.
And I'll try to think of what else.
Well, there's a couple other things to plug. One, people should be getting those.
Is that
No, it wasn't a hair joke. It was not a hair joke. Speaking of plugs.
terrible.
So we devolve into...
But yes, your loot crates should be in the mail, and they should be getting here. I think, like I said, but the 25th is the deadline. So
before Thanksgiving.
So we'll get our loot crate.
Yep.
I can do my tracking thing.
And Riley will get his loot crate.
We'll do an unboxing video.
Where the hell's the
whatever we got in there.
Tracking number. Here's my
We're going to have to fight over the shirt, though.
Where the hell's the tracking number thing?
See who it fits.
Well, that's just stupid.
What are you implying?
Well, I mean, if it's a bigger shirt, I'll wear it. If it's a smaller shirt, it can go to you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, loot crate on its way. If you missed out... Oh, really?
I'm like tracking my package.
Is it like NORAD tracking Santa? Do you see a little dot fly across the country in the plane?
What?
Don't ask.
NORAD tracking Santa. NORAD tracks Santa every year. Have you ever watched that? No?
So Loot Crate...
I'm not the only one, right?
So shout out to Loot Crate.
I'm not 12.
An affiliate with GrifballHub. We're very happy to be one of their affiliates. And I'm very excited to get our loot crate. And I want to get to see all the cool loot that is in our crates.
Yes.
And if you missed November's, it's too late to get your crate. So...
Better luck next month.
It says the label was made. That's as far as I got. Fucking assholes.
Also, GrifballHub store. Buy shirts. We're not... None of those shirts
save the world
for sale. But other cool shirts are.
That should be our tagline now.
What's our tagline?
Buy shirts, save the world.
Buy a shirt, save the world.
Yes.
Buy shirts, save the world. Shirts with an S.
Yes.
Well, when you buy shirts from our store, GrifballHub gets a small profit, and that profit goes towards really cool things, such as paying the bills, the hosting bills for the website to make sure it stays up.
It's really exciting.
They pay for the chat box to lease that program. And also, it goes towards cash prizes for Grifball events.
Cal, what are you talking about? A cash prize for a Grifball event?
Cash prize for a Grifball event.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of something I saw on TV the other day. There were stuffed animals, right? And you unfolded them, and there was like a full jumpsuit, and the head of the animal was a hood over here. It was bizarre, and they had a unicorn and a giraffe and something else. But they showed it like they were like, we have them in all sizes, and it showed this family of 4 or 5, and they're all wearing them and jumping around like they're at an amusement park, and it was like it was the greatest thing.
Rally?
Yeah.
Those are furries.
No, they weren't. It was on regular TV on Nick Jr. in the morning. I was like, all right.
Okay. Well, not at all. Speaking of furries, we are going to be exhibiting at Iron Gaming Columbus, which is in mid-December, 13th through the...
It's the 12th, 13th, and 14th, I believe.
12th, 13th, 14th of December. So while we are there, we are going to be having a Grifball booth where we will have 8 game cases, 8 Xbox 360s, copies of Halo 3 and Halo 4, controllers, networking equipment, whole 9 yards, so we can play LAN Grifball all days of the event there. So we're also going to be selling merch. So we'll have all our t-shirts there. Folks can come and buy them. And in addition, we will be having a Grifball Columbus tournament. So we will have a Grifball tournament on LAN, Halo 4 Grifball, and there will be a $500 cash prize for the winner of the event. So the winning team, will get $500 from GrifballHub.
So $125 a person.
Yep. This is the world's first Grifball tournament with a cash prize. So it's the first time that's ever happened for Grifball, and it's the first time GrifballHub has put up something like this.
So right now, we haven't written an article about it yet because we are currently getting the contract from Iron Gaming and reviewing the contract. Shouldn't be any problems, but so we're still in the signing stage, but it's pretty much signed, sealed, and almost delivered. And we'll be there. So if you are in the Columbus area, you should definitely come by. Especially, we've been trying to drum up some idea of who would be there. And keep in mind, the event is going to attract a lot of Halo players, a lot of pro Halo players, because there is, I think it's a $10,000 Halo 2 Invitational for the Halo Championship Series. It's the first Halo Championship Series for the Master Chief Collection being hosted as a LAN event. So there's going to be a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of excitement. And from what we hear, there's other vendors there, so they'll be able to play as well as watch and spectate the MLG, or I guess I can't call them MLG anymore, the HCS players go at it. So keep in mind that if you and 3 of your friends are Grifballers and you show up, there's a very good chance that you will win a Grifball tournament and walk away with a cash prize of $125 per head.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not expecting the same density of League Grifballers as we got at RTX. So if there's only 1 or 2, we would anticipate having, anywhere between 1 and 3 League Grifball teams there. So you would, in all likelihood, 9 out all the supposed pros that are there, and then have a very good shot at winning the $500 cash prize.
So we're really excited about that.
Yeah. It'll be pretty awesome. And also, this, much like we're always doing when we run big events like this, like the Grifball Anniversary Cup last year, or our TX LAN tournament this year, this is also testing ground for future events, future both LAN events and online events where we might be able to supply cash prizes. So there's a lot of work that goes into that. It's not just about writing a check and giving it to the winners at the end, but there's also other legal steps involved. So, like always, this is a building block to more and better things for Grifball in the future.
Like, for example, if you live in Arizona, you can't win. Sorry.
Yeah, there are a couple states where you cannot collect a cash prize for competing in an event like this, because the states have really bizarre rules about gambling. Even though it's a contest of skill, and it's clearly a contest of skill, even then you can't enter a contest with a cash prize like this.
Sorry.
So there's some restrictions that are going to be in place. But in general, most people who show up, especially people from the Midwest, will be able to win.
So yeah, Cal and I will be packing up the car. It's 6 hours to Columbus apparently.
Yep.
So we'll be loading up the car and heading on out to Columbus.
That's it? Only 6 hours?
I know. I was dumbfounded when I realized it was only 6 hours to Columbus.
East Coast states are nice and small.
Shit, 6 hours. I'm not even halfway across California.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess
Although I can be in Vegas in 6 hours. I can be in Vegas in about 3.
Nice. So I guess the last thing I wanted to remind everybody is to use the Amazon link when you are making your Christmas purchases, because that also does a huge amount of good to help the hub and pay for the lights. And
thank you to everybody who purchased the Master Chief Collection and their Xbox Ones through the Amazon link.
Thank
that
you.
Certainly helps.
Yep, it helps. And
particularly, Xbox gift cards are fantastic. So please, if you buy anything on your Xbox One, get a gift card, get a digital code through Amazon first to put on your console. No extra charge for you, but the hub gets a nice part of that.
Yep, we get a good cut. I won't say how much because I always get yelled at about that, but we get a good cut. I think that's it. That's everything I have to mention.
Did you look at the list?
Yeah, I looked at the list.
Oh, okay.
I think that's everything.
Oh no, I'm just now opening the list.
Okay. But yeah, we actually have a list. We're super organized now. All right, so I guess that's it for me. Cal, Rally, anything else you guys want to add in there?
Streaming. What is streaming alert box on front page under chat box?
That's what we were talking about.
The streaming alert that people's names, their Twitch channels that are popping up on the front page and under the chat box in the forums.
Oh, that was probably when I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. We forgive you. What?
Oh,
we're good.
All right, so I guess that does it for this episode of the Grifball Hubcast. Thank you all for tuning in and downloading us and taking us with your travels. We hope to see you in Columbus in a few weeks. And keep in mind that next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we will not be hubcasting. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. That will be the Thursday before IG Columbus. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. If you need places to sleep, so do we. So maybe we can...
We have 2 hubcasts before then.
2 hubcasts before then. I don't math well. And we'll get that figured out. And as soon as the contract's signed, we will be able to start pushing out more information. But we can tell you that unofficially here, we will be at IG Columbus with Grifball and the cash prize and swag and all sorts of fun stuff. And by swag, I mean t-shirts.
Yep.
All right, you keep grabbing my knee.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Whoa.
I know. He's trying to get frisky.
Well, he has been gone. He was gone for a long time.
Don't.
It's got some making up to do.
Go away.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta end the hubcast here, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks, everybody. Good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.